With me now to discuss is the Vice President of the Heritage Institute for Constitutional Government, John Malcolm. Welcome, John.
Good to be with you.
So we've just suffered through day 2 of the confirmation hearing. So what are some of your big takeaways overall from today?
Well, it's still going on, and tomorrow will be another long day. I mean, you're right that Judge Barrett has impeccable credentials, and so that is not going to keep her off of the Supreme Court. So it appears as if the Democrats have focused on 3 areas: the Affordable Care Act, gun control, and Roe versus Wade. And they point out that President Trump has been critical of both Roe versus Wade and Obamacare. And basically what they are suggesting is the fix is in. And even though she says she doesn't bring an agenda to the bench and that she hasn't been asked, nor would she make any promises in that regard, that really she's made up her mind on those things. And then with respect to gun control, she wrote a dissent in a case in the Seventh Circuit, Cantor versus Barr, in which she said that she believed that the Constitution did not necessarily allow for a lifetime ban against somebody being able to keep and bear arms if they had been convicted of a nonviolent felony. And so the Democrats are basically trying to suggest that if she had her way, that murderers and rapists would be given semi-automatic weapons and, that horrible things would happen.
And so also we see a lot of Democrat senators, it seems like they're trying to push her into taking a policy position. And I think that Judge Barrett, I think she had a very good comeback when she was asked this. She says, I'm not here to be a legal pundit, I'm a judge. And I think that the American people would want me to approach each case with an open mind, a thoughtful mind, a fair-minded mind. So what do you make of her answers there?
Yeah, look, that is her judicial oath. That is the oath that she took when she became a Seventh Circuit judge, and that is the oath she would take if she becomes a Supreme Court justice, that she is not there to make policy decisions. Those decisions are made by the Senate and the House of Representatives. She is there to act as a judge and to consider only cases and controversies that come before her as a judge, and to only make decisions after considering the arguments of counsel, studying the law, and consulting with her colleagues. Then and only then should she reach a result.
And when it comes to her intelligence, I think we got a very good view of that up front today when I believe it was Senator Cornyn. He asked her to hold up her notes to show the cameras and to show the room. And of course, there was nothing on her notes. She came just as she is. She's doing this off the top of her head. She's citing law and quotations, citations very effectively against all these senators who are arrayed around her, full of binders, full of notes and all sorts of legal documents that they can pull up. They have staffers behind them to whisper in their ears to help them make their points. And yet here she is doing this, facing them all, by herself, doing this all off the top of her head. What does this say about her intelligence?
Well, now mind you, I'm sure she prepared before going into these hearings, but I don't think there is any question whatsoever. Judge Barrett has an exceptional mind.
Exactly. And so it was interesting to me that I believe it was Senator Sheldon Whitehouse. He had about 30 minutes to question Judge Barrett, and he kind of ate up the entire time to lecture her, didn't give her much time to rebut anything that he said or to answer and speak for herself. And it's funny that Democrats just last week when it was the vice presidential debate, they went after Vice President Mike Pence for mansplaining against Senator Kamala Harris. And then come to find out, he actually spoke 3 minutes less than Senator Harris did. And like I said, here we have now, it was Senator Whitehouse going after Judge Amy Barrett. We also saw yesterday it was Senator Booker. He was going after the judge there as well. What is it with these Democrat double standards?
Well, I won't address the double standard issue so much as Senator Whitehouse took up his time talking about so-called dark money on the right and suggesting that nefarious people are putting out campaigns supporting her nomination and are funding litigation that will come before her. And the idea is that they're not doing this for nothing, and trying to suggest as if they're basically buying Judge Barrett and would be buying a Justice Barrett. I thought that Senator Cruz effectively refuted that by pointing out that there's plenty of dark money on the left, too. The fact of the matter is, though, is that these judges are independent. They do take an oath, and they are life tenured for a reason. It is to put them away from politics so that they can decide based on the correct ruling as to what the law dictates, and not who is supporting a particular cause or how much money they may have invested in briefs or advertisements to advocate for their personal beliefs. So, the senators can use their time as they want to. I don't think that Judge Barrett is capable of being mansplained anything, since I think that she is fully capable of addressing any legitimate concerns that any of the senators might raise.
And really quickly, before I let you go, do you know what a timeline would be for our viewers at home when we can expect any kind of a vote on her confirmation from the Senate?
Yeah, so there's still several more hours of questioning today, and there will be a full day of questioning of the nominee tomorrow. On Thursday, there will be testimony from people both in favor of her confirmation and opposed to her confirmation. The Senate Judiciary Committee will vote next week, and assuming she gets out of committee, and I assume that she will, it will then go on to the floor of the Senate, and there should be a vote probably about a week after that.
Sounds like exciting stuff happening next week. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, John.